The following message has been requested by the Emergency Notification Alert System of Puerto Rico. This is not a scenario. I repeat, this is not a scenario. This is a real warning case. An impersonation warning has been issued for a YouTuber who is stealing live streams from the live stream platform of Twitter called Periscope and uploading it to YouTube, impersonating himself as a Periscope user named Ruby Nusa. Ruby Nusa is spelled as followed: RUBYNOOSA. The suspect has also impersonated a gamer named Destroy for uploading one live stream from possible platform called Twitch to YouTube. As mentioned earlier, the YouTuber who is impersonating the Periscope live streamer can be found in YouTube as Ruby Nusa, but with all letters on caps. The real Ruby Nusa can be found on YouTube as Ruby Nusa Official. Specifically, the R, the N, and the word official are on caps. Also, the impersonator has been reported by Ruby Nusa Official herself and her followers. To distinguish the accounts, the impersonated Ruby Nusa with all letters on caps, has 17 videos and 1.2 thousand subscribers. The real Ruby Nusa Official, has only one video and 518 subscribers. It is advised for YouTube to take down the YouTube account of the impersonator Ruby Nusa with all letters on caps. If anyone has information about the impersonator, contact the live streamer Ruby Nusa on their social media as followed: Ruby Nusa on all social platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube, or contact the Emergency Notification Alert System of Puerto Rico as followed: Twitter and Instagram, ENAS_Puerto Rico, Facebook, ENAS Puerto Rico without underscore. This warning will remain in effect until the account has been taken down. This is an impersonation warning for YouTube. Please take down the impersonated Ruby Nusa account now. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Emergency Notification Alert System of Puerto Rico. Remember, this is not a scenario, this is a real warning case. The YouTuber who is impersonating the Periscope live streamer Ruby Nusa is still active and the account of Ruby Nusa with all letters on caps has not been taken down yet. It is advised for YouTube to take down the impersonated account of Ruby Nusa with all letters on caps as soon as possible. If you wish to report the impersonator, do the following instructions. Go to YouTube, search for the impersonator as Ruby Nusa, remember with all letters on caps, select a video and report it as spam misleading. If anyone has information about the impersonator, contact the live streamer Ruby Nusa on their social media as followed: Ruby Nusa on all social platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube, or contact the Emergency Notification Alert System of Puerto Rico as followed: Twitter and Instagram, ENAS_Puerto Rico, Facebook, ENAS Puerto Rico without underscore. This warning will remain in effect until the account has been taken down or until further notice. If the account stays active after more than 1 week, a report action notification might be issued and the impersonator will face its true consequences. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Emergency Notification Alert System of Puerto Rico. The YouTuber who is impersonating the Periscope live streamer Ruby Nusa with all letters on caps, is still active and the account has still not been taken down. Therefore, a report action notification has been issued. A report action notification means to repeatedly report each video as much as possible until the videos and the account are taken down. Stay tuned for the following instructions. Open the YouTube application, iOS or Android, go to the impersonator's YouTube, Ruby Nusa with all letters on caps, and report each video as spam, misleading, and infringes my rights as repeatedly as possible. Repeat this action daily or frequently as much as possible until all the videos are taken down, including the impersonator's account. Do not show mercy on the impersonator. If this does not work, contact YouTube at YouTube LLC, 901 Cherry Avenue, San Bruno, California, 94066 USA. Phone number 1-650-253-0000. Fax 1-650-253-0001. Other contact report methods. Twitter. Open Twitter on desktop to www.twitter.com or on the Twitter application on iOS and Android. Sign in or make Twitter account if applicable. Click or tap the tweet icon. Type at YouTube, along with the message report, and click or tap tweet. Next method, YouTube. Make sure you are using the desktop version for this method. Go to www.youtube/reportabuse and select impersonation. Click continue and fill out the resulting forms. Do whatever it takes to take down the impersonator's account. If anyone has information about the impersonator, do not hesitate to contact Ruby Nusa on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or contact the Emergency Notification Alert System of Puerto Rico on Twitter and Instagram, ENAS_Puerto Rico, Facebook, ENAS Puerto Rico without underscore. It is advised for YouTube to take down the impersonator's account now.
Test. This is only a test. This is a live stream test for YouTube of the emergency alert system. If a YouTube abuse or emergency is in effect, take it seriously and pay attention to the alert for instructions or possible emergency action. This is a test. Take no action. This is only a test. This is a live stream test for YouTube of the emergency alert system. If a YouTube abuse or emergency is in effect, take it seriously and pay attention to the alert for instructions or possible emergency action. This is a test. Take no action. This is only a test. This is a live stream test for YouTube of the emergency alert system. If a YouTube abuse or emergency is in effect, take it seriously and pay attention to the alert for instructions or possible emergency action. This is a test. Take no action. This is only a test. This is a live stream test for YouTube of the emergency alert system. If a YouTube abuse or emergency is in effect, take it seriously and pay attention to the alert for instructions or possible emergency action. This is a test. Take no action. This is only a test. This is a live stream test for YouTube of the emergency alert system. If a YouTube abuse or emergency is in effect, take it seriously and pay attention to the alert for instructions or possible emergency action. This is a test. Take no action. This is only a test. This is a live stream test for YouTube of the emergency alert system. If a YouTube abuse or emergency is in effect, take it seriously and pay attention to the alert for instructions or possible emergency action. This is a test. Take no action. This is only a test. This is a live stream test for YouTube of the emergency alert system. If a YouTube abuse or emergency is in effect, take it seriously and pay attention to the alert for instructions or possible emergency action. This is a test. Take no action.
The account of ENAS Puerto Rico has been finally restored. You may now find, see or interact with ENAS Puerto Rico on Twitter and Periscope. ENAS thanks you for your cooperation and hopes for this situation to never repeat. We now conclude the emergency alert system. You may now resume your regularly life program. The account of ENAS Puerto Rico has been finally restored. You may now find, see or interact with ENAS Puerto Rico on Twitter and Periscope. ENAS thanks you for your cooperation and hopes for this situation to never repeat. Please stand by. 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 Please stand by.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Emergency Notification Alert System of Puerto Rico. The Periscope account of ENAS Puerto Rico has been disabled by the same incident of the Twitter account. The founder of ENAS is working on the situation to restore the account. The ENAS founder once again apologizes for this repeated situation. Stay tuned for an administrative message when the account recovers. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Emergency Notification Alert System of Puerto Rico. The Periscope account of ENAS Puerto Rico has been disabled by the same incident of the Twitter account. The founder of ENAS is working on the situation to restore the account. The ENAS founder once again apologizes for this repeated situation. Stay tuned for an administrative message when the account recovers.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Emergency Notification Alert System of Puerto Rico. This is not a drill. Let us take a moment of silence to remember in memoriam of the NBA superstar Kobe Bryant and the rest of the fallen on the tragic accident. Thank you. Our deep condolences to the rest of the Bryant family, and may God have mercy on their souls. This concludes the moment of silence. You may now resume your regularly scheduled life program.
And Santa Barbara.
More cities in China are on lockdown. Civil danger warning for Wuhan, China. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Emergency Notification Alert System of Puerto Rico. The coronavirus is still spreading uncontrollably on Wuhan, China, with a report of 29,631 infected and 871 fatalities. The total worldwide report is 40,632 infected and 910 fatalities. Other countries with confirmed cases are Japan, Singapore, Thailand, South Korea, Malaysia, Australia, Germany, Vietnam, United States, France, United Kingdom, Canada, United Arab Emirates, Philippines, India, Italy, Russia, Spain, Nepal, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, Finland, Sweden, and Belgium. Source: BNO News. It is advised for civilians in China and the mentioned countries to avoid infected at all costs to prevent the virus to keep spreading, as it is highly contagious. Use face masks or gas masks to avoid respiratory contagion. The virus can't be spread from person to person, or from an animal to person. Do not return to the quarantined counties until the authorities declare it safe. Stay tuned to the local news or authorities of these counties for more information on this life-threatening situation.
The following is transmitted at the request of the Governor of Puerto Rico. This is not a drill. This is an emergency action notification for Puerto Rico. A Panamanian tourist that came to Puerto Rico with positive case of coronavirus went to a hotel in Isla Verde, then went to a dance party at Hotel Sheraton, and finally, to the Salsa Festival, Día de la Salsa. To the people who went to the Salsa Festival from seats K2O, remain indoors for 14 days until further notice to avoid contagion of the virus. To avoid this virus outbreak contagion, do as followed. Wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds, or hand sanitizer if available. Cover your mouth when sneezing or coughing. Avoid large crowds if going outside. Do not touch your eyes, nose, or mouth with unwashed hands. Tune to platforms for more information.
For the Catalina and Santa Barbara.
More cities in China are on lockdown.
This is a national emergency. Important details will follow.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government and the Emergency Notification Alert System of Puerto Rico. The President of the United States has declared a national emergency due to the coronavirus outbreak. Presidents and governors of other countries that have been affected by this virus has also declared national emergency. Multiple major outdoor events like sports, Disneyland parks on USA and France, concerts, scheduled events, schools and college classes, and so on, have been cancelled or postponed until further notice due to the virus outbreak. Authorities of other countries have closed all frontiers to avoid a contagion to spread. It is also reported of mass chaos on civilians by buying exaggerated amount of toilet paper and hand sanitizer regarding on the pandemic event. Health authorities warns that this virus can stay in your body for 2 weeks, but this only affects on the elderly. The reason of fatalities is due to low immune system on the elderly. Younger civilians have very low chance of dying by this virus since their immune system is a lot stronger than the elderly. Up next, the current National Information Center statement update of the coronavirus outbreak for today, March 13th of 2020. China. 80,813 cases, 3,176 fatalities, 4,020 serious and 64,111 recovered. Italy. 17,660 cases, 1,266 fatalities, 1,328 serious and 1,439 recovered. Iran, 11,364 cases, 514 fatalities and 3,529 recovered. South Korea, 7,979 cases, 67 fatalities, 36 critical and 510 recovered. Spain, 4,209 cases, 120 fatalities, 190 serious and 189 recovered. France, 3,661 cases, 79 fatalities, 154 serious, and 12 recovered. Germany, 3,116 cases, 6 fatalities, 2 critical and 46 recovered. United States, 1,832 cases, 41 fatalities, 2 serious, 6 critical and 9 recovered. Switzerland, 854 cases, 7 fatalities and 4 recovered. Norway, 876 cases and 1 fatality. Netherlands, 804 cases, 5 fatalities, 1 serious and 2 recovered. Denmark, 788 cases. Sweden, 727 cases and 1 fatality. Diamond Princess Cruise, 697 cases, 7 fatalities, 14 serious and 245 recovered. Japan, 690 cases, 19 fatalities, 29 serious and 245 recovered. United Kingdom, 590 cases, 10 fatalities, 20 serious and 12 recovered. Austria, 422 cases, 1 fatality and 6 recovered. Belgium, 399 cases, 3 fatalities and 1 recovered. Qatar, 262 cases. Singapore, 200 cases, 11 critical and 97 recovered. Bahrain, 197 cases, 1 critical and 35 recovered. Malaysia, 158 cases, 3 serious and 32 recovered. Australia, 156 cases, 3 fatalities and 26 recovered. Hong Kong, 132 cases, 4 fatalities, 2 serious and critical, and 75 recovered. Greece and Iceland, 117 cases with 1 fatality and 2 serious on Greece. Czech Republic, 116 cases and 2 serious. Canada, Israel and Finland, 109 cases with 1 fatality, 1 critical and 11 recovered on Canada, 2 serious and 3 recovered on Israel, and 1 recovered on Finland. Kuwait, 100 cases, 4 serious and 5 recovered. Slovenia, 96 cases. United Arab Emirates, 85 cases and 20 recovered. Iraq, 83 cases, 8 fatalities and 15 recovered. Egypt, 80 cases, 2 fatalities and 27 recovered. Portugal, 78 cases. San Marino, 77 cases, 5 fatalities and serious cases. Brazil, 76 cases. Thailand, 75 cases, 1 fatality and serious case, and 35 recovered. India, 73 cases, 1 fatality and 4 recovered. Ireland, 70 cases and 1 fatality. Indonesia, 69 cases, 4 fatalities and 5 recovered. Lebanon, 68 cases, 3 fatalities and 2 critical. Romania and Poland, 64 cases with 6 recovered on Romania, 1 fatality and 2 serious on Poland. Saudi Arabia, 62 cases and 1 recovered. Philippines, 52 cases, 5 fatalities, 1 serious and 2 recovered. Taiwan, 50 cases, 1 fatality and 20 recovered. The following countries does not have fatalities unless advised. Vietnam, 44 cases and 16 recovered. Estonia, 41 cases. Russia, 34 cases and 3 recovered. Chile, 33 cases. Palestine, Argentina and Serbia, 31 cases with 1 fatality on Argentina and 1 serious on Serbia. Croatia and Panama, 27 cases with 1 recovered on Croatia and 1 fatality on Panama. Luxembourg, 26 cases. Georgia, 25 cases and 1 serious. Algeria. 24 cases, 1 fatality and 10 recovered. Costa Rica, Albania and Bulgaria. 23 cases with 1 serious on Costa Rica and 1 fatality in Albania and Bulgaria. Peru. 22 cases. Pakistan, Belarus and Slovakia. 21 cases with 2 recovered on Pakistan and 3 recovered on Belarus. Oman, Ecuador and Hungary. 19 cases with 9 recovered on Oman and 1 critical on Ecuador. Latvia. 17 cases. South Africa. 16 cases. Cyprus. 14 cases. Tunisia. 13 cases. Mexico and Malta. 12 cases with 1 serious and 4 recovered on Mexico. Azerbaijan and Bosnia. 11 cases with 1 fatality and 3 recovered on Azerbaijan. Macau and Senegal. 10 cases with 6 recovered on Macau. Colombia. 9 cases. Maldives and Jamaica. 8 cases. Afghanistan and North Macedonia. 7 cases. Paraguay, Morocco and Moldova. 6 cases with 1 serious on Paraguay and 1 fatality on Morocco. Cambodia, Dominican Republic and New Zealand. 5 cases with 1 recovered on Cambodia. Liechtenstein. 4 cases. Ukraine, Bangladesh and Lithuania. 3 cases. Honduras, Cameroon, Nigeria, Monaco, Sri Lanka and Turkey. 2 cases with 1 recovered on Sri Lanka. The following countries have only 1 case: Togo, Nepal, Jordan, Andorra, Armenia, Bhutan, Gibraltar and Vatican City with 1 recovered on Nepal and Jordan, and 1 serious on Gibraltar. Total: 144,363 cases, 5,403 fatalities, 5,915 serious, 60 critical and 70,864 recovered. Result overall, the total mentioned before and 68,096 unresolved. Source, ENAS News. Puerto Rico just announced 3 confirmed cases of coronavirus. The symptoms of this virus are fever, cough, difficulty breathing, only on severe cases, runny nose and sore throat. To prevent this virus to affect you or anyone, do as followed. Stay away from the infected. Wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds. Use hand sanitizer if soap and water are not available or if going outdoors. Cover your mouth when sneezing or coughing. Avoid touching your eyes, nose or mouth with unwashed hands. If you feel sick, remain indoors until you feel better. If symptoms worse or feel the coronavirus symptoms like cough or difficulty breathing, call your doctor or healthcare provider for medical advice. If going out to buy hygiene products, do not overpurchase toilet paper or hand sanitizer. And most importantly, do not panic. Panicking will only make things worse. Tune for local news on your country for more information on this pandemic situation.
For the Catalina and Santa Barbara.
More cities in China are on lockdown.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the government of Puerto Rico. The governor of Puerto Rico, Wanda Vázquez Garced, has issued a curfew for all Puerto Rico starting at 9 p.m. until 5 a.m. There is currently a curfew in place at this time until 5 a.m. The curfew restriction hours are, from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., it is only allowed exits to go to services and shops accepted in the executive order, supermarkets, pharmacies, banks, gas stations, medical services, elderly care centers, and restaurants with drive-through or carry-out delivery. From 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., nobody is allowed to be on the streets except for essential services or extremely severe emergency situations. If you violate curfew hours, you will face penalty of 6 months in jail or a fine of $5,000. The curfew is valid starting today until March 30th.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. The test is performed as Early Earthquake Drill Puerto Rico Big Shakeout 2020. The Puerto Rico Seismic Network, the National Weather Service and the State Emergency Management Agency invite you to participate on this drill. By practicing the recommended way by experts to reduce injuries or fatalities during an earthquake, drop, cover and hold on. Remember, this is only a test.